beautiful soul. Welcome to Rooted in the Divine. I hope you're having the most amazing day. Alright, so let's see what messages we have here. Let's get some self-care cards, right? We're just going to get right into it. So how are you? Truly, how are you doing? Alright. I love self-care messages. You know, it's so beautiful though, because it's really, it's a full circle for me. Self-care is more than just doing face masks and just doing, those things are very important. Those things are fun. They're amazing. I love them because that's you taking that time to tap into yourself. But there's so much to self-care, mind, body, soul. You know, that's why I do this self-care readings at the beginning of the month, because it gives you the opportunity to be able to play with the elements and work on it, you know. So I thought, let's do it because I want to. So I felt called to do it, so we're gonna do it. All right. So aromatherapy and look to the stars. Aromatherapy, that's beautiful. You know, taking that time to go on that scent journey, because there are certain smells. Have you ever noticed that there are certain smells that remind you of somebody or remind you of a memory or something like that? It triggers your memory, right? Certain smells, whether it be cookies, perfume, roses, certain smells just, you know, it's a thing. So the aromatherapy is creating your own play, your own flow. You know, allowing yourself and your intuition to guide you and go on a journey. If you have a diffuser, what kind of essential oils are you putting into it? You know, what kind of smells invoke calm for you? Which ones make you feel relaxed? Which ones make you want to play? You know, are there ones that you're needing because maybe you're stuffed up and your sinuses need that, you know? Going on that journey is such a beautiful thing. Even making your own perfume and stuff like that. Playing with it, allowing yourself to explore and journal and see what comes up for you with certain smells, you know? What you like, what you don't like. You know, if there's certain things that come up and you're like, ooh, I don't really like that, allowing yourself to journal about it and then release it, you know? And look to the stars. Be open. Be open. Look at your chart. Also, your chart is full of so much beautiful information. So many vital things that can really help you discover more things about you when you're doing your inner work. It's such a beautiful thing to allow yourself to be open and look at it without judgment, because there's so much fruit in that. And the solstice is coming up too. I don't know when I'm gonna post this, so it might be over or what. I don't know. I'm working on that consistency. I'm working on it, you know, but allow yourself to tap in and open up. You know, give yourself the grace to maybe even, go outside at night. If it's hot where you are, go outside at night when the stars are out. Go outside and go ground. Go outside and take your little aroma, take your little container of essential oils and go sit under the stars and go on a little scent journey. You get to be your own kind of weirdo and create your life the way you want to, you know what I mean? So allow yourself to play with it. Allow yourself to explore explore what you desire, what comes up for you, what makes you feel good. You know, connecting with yourself and source. Going outside and grounding while you're doing that is such a beautiful thing. Being able to just relax and be one with nature, you know, it's a beautiful gift if you allow yourself to make the time for it. Because I know it's really easy to have thousands of things that you need to do. However, you are one of those things that you need to do. You are the first thing that you need to do because your vessel is important. You know, if you're not taking care of you, who's gonna do it? We've got happiness and peace. See, who's gonna take care of you? You gotta find your own happiness and create your own peace. Happiness, it says, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. All right, peace and flow, and you've got green and the water flowing, allowing yourself to connect with your intuition, allowing yourself to be and sit. So even doing, like, I know you can probably see this right here. This is my aromatherapy deal. It has the Himalayan salt in it, and it's got the pretty light and everything, and I put my blends in there. And I take it in, and as I pour the water, I say some words of affirmation. As I do my oils, you know, I have a ritual with it, and I enjoy it, and it makes me feel more peaceful, you know. So where is your space of calm? Where is your scent journey gonna take you? You know, you get to build and create those things for yourself. You wake up in the morning and you're like, I want energy. I want to do my yoga or my whatever. Put the oils in there that are going to uplift you when you're ready to go to bed. Have the ones that are going to calm and bring you peace and a good night's sleep, because that is vital. Allow yourself to be happy because it has to come from within. We can give everything and do our best and try to make other people happy, and you see that it's not enough. You're like, I give, and it's not enough because they're not happy in themselves. And as the mirror, flip that back, you know, like, are you happy? It doesn't feel good over giving and having people shit on it, right? Or not appreciate it, or not see the value in what you're doing. You have to stop and look within. Are you happy? Are you doing the things that make you happy? Are you being true to yourself? You know, creating peace inside of yourself. Allowing yourself to just go on that journey and take, all right, kids, I'm going outside for 20 minutes. Don't bug me. When this timer goes off, you can come get me. Not before the timer. I need this time for me. Or bring them with you if you can get them to shh. This is what we're going to do together. We're going to just shh, and we're going to learn how to just take moments to embody and just be. You get to cultivate and create that world for you, however you want it to look. You can't like, and like, you're not listening, you have to like have flow to it, you know, because if your kids obviously are too little and they're not going to listen, then you need to take a time out for yourself. You know, even if it's taking your candles and your stuff into the shower, you know, allowing yourself to get that time before you take a shower. However you can do it, find your way to make time for you, because only you can do it. Only you can create your happiness, and only you can bring peace and harmony within yourself. Okay, so peace says, I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Right? Do you ever just do that? Do you ever just like stop and check in with how you're breathing? And then just And I can't help but smile now because I've been working on it. Now this does not mean that I don't get pissed off, because I absolutely do get angry. And that's okay. You're allowed to have the whole host of emotions. However, what are you mainly running on, you know? Peace and happiness? Or stress, anxiety, and shenanigans and horse shit? You know what I mean? And only you can draw those lines, and only you can utilize the boundaries. Because at the end of the day, if you're like, I'm raising kids and I got this and that, yes, but you're also the one in control of those kids if they're littles, you know? Sit here and do this. I'm gonna go over here and do this. You can create that time if you truly want to. It's finding the space and cultivating that within yourself. Even talking to the kiddos and saying, hey, I really need this right now. I really need to just go ahead and work on centering myself, because when I'm better for me, I'm better for you. They'll understand. Not at first, you know. I mean, you might get lucky and have the good ones that are like, sure, mommy, what do you need? Sure, mom, what do you need? How can I, you know, what can we do to help you out? That's awesome. However, if you have ones that aren't, that's also okay. And just a continuation of, I am taking this time for myself. They'll get with the program eventually, you know? But it's about you creating that space for yourself, you taking that time, you setting the standards for you. What kind of life do you want to live? Do you want to be peaceful and calm and have more patience? I can tell you right now that I was not this way. I will share something with you. I have been consciously working on for a few years now, healing my CPTSD. Okay. And only by doing my inner work, only by doing my things, was I able to release my anxiety and unfold those layers and heal each piece, which gave me the ability to really see I have to take care of myself first, because if I'm not, and my nervous system isn't correct, no one else can be. You know, it really starts with you learning and putting in the work with no judgment, just love and a desire to heal. You know, so you can, bit by bit, do the things to cultivate inner peace and happiness. It is possible. I've trudged through a lot of mud, and I'm here now, and you see me smiling and taking in my breaths and enjoying it, feeling it, and it's beautiful. And that is not something that I like openly talk about, because that's my business. You know what I mean? But I just, when I say, I get it. I get it. I get it. I've got all these things to do. I've got these kids to take care of. I've got my husband or my partner or whatever it is. Yes, but when you're not peaceful within your temple, when you don't have that happiness, and you're running on energy that's like this, and you throw in anxiety and all these other things, and like groceries and bills and all this shit, then you're just in a whirlwind of misery, and it stops when you stop and say, wait, what do I need? What's gonna calm me down? And my road started I started with crystals. I was like, ooh, they're shiny and pretty. And then we were in the crystal shop looking, and my husband was like, they do stuff. Look at what it says below. And I'm like, ooh. And it was beautiful because he helped me. He started to understand, like, as I opened up, there were other things. So having the crystals and like feeling the energy and allowing myself to baby step and flourish and heal those things that I had been walling off got me to a place of inner peace and a place of self-love and a place of boundaries. And it's such a beautiful thing, and it takes immense strength and communication, determination. You have to, because going through and creating those boundaries for yourself, you're not used to doing it. It is going to take strength in saying, I desire to take a tub and I want to take it by myself. You know, you have the little ones and you, Mom, I want to get in there too. You're like, ma'am? And then she's like, I'm gonna go get my toys. I'll be right back. Wait a minute. There's cute moments though, but that was a long time ago, but I didn't have boundaries. And I'm like, all right, so here she comes with the Minnie Mouse and all the toys, and all of a sudden my little bubble bath, my woosah time, that went right out the window. Here, Mom, let's have a tea party and take these and let's... And had I have just locked the door, that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? So I love them, and those are beautiful moments that I look back on and I'm like, that is cute. That is cute. But in the moment, I was just like, man, I just wanted to take a tub by myself. But I'm thankful for that moment. And I also recognized after that I had to start locking the door, because otherwise, if she heard me in there, she'd be like, hey. Oh, gravy. That's cute. Hold on, that just totally filled up my heart real quick. Because she's not so little anymore, you know? So I cherish those moments. And we have those things too where you're like, well, I don't want to miss this. This is true. This is so true. However, you got to find your boundaries in there somewhere, you know? So it's like, yes, I love your sweet little face, but not today. I'm locking the door. You know what I mean? I'll get with you after. But this says, determination, perseverance, and self-discovery. And that's what it is you're discovering what works for you and what doesn't, you know, when you're going on that journey, and communicating to your partner or your people or whoever is in your circle that this is what you want to do. And I didn't communicate to her either, even though she was a little buddy. I didn't communicate to her, hey, Mommy just wants to take a tub by herself today. I love you, and we'll hang out after. I didn't have the boundaries. I had no boundaries. I grew up without... What? Boundaries? Until you like cross people and then fists are flying and people are yelling and screaming, that's when you know a boundary got crossed. That kind of thing. So these were all things that I had to learn, and I had to reparent myself and reteach myself. But communicating is huge, because closed mouths don't get fed. So if you're really agitated and you have a partner and you're like, hey, I need to walk away right now, take that for yourself, you know? Or, hey, this would really feel good to me. I need to take this time for myself. Can you go ahead and handle this while I allow myself to do this? Create that space for yourself, because you deserve it. Your temple is so worth it. You're so worth it. And if you don't take that time for you and don't cultivate it for you, nobody is going to. And then you're just depleted on top of depleted. And there's like dust in your cup. You know what I mean? Your cup is just overflowing with dust, not water, not fluidity, not moistness that feels good to you. It's like, you know? And it doesn't feel good. But it starts with those steps, closing your eyes, going within, what feels good to me, how can I flow, and let it happen. Only you can put your own mask on. You know what I mean? If you're one of those people that, because I was one of those people, I'll put your mask on you. Okay. Who's putting my mask on me? And I tell you, going through my inner work and having that realization, that one was a tough one because it smacked me in the face and hit me in the heart, because I was like, holy shit, I pour all over everybody, to my detriment though. Who's gonna put my mask on me? I see everyone else doing the smart thing and putting their own masks on themselves. They're clearly taking care of themselves, but not me. So don't beat yourself up. All you can do is take one step. Put one foot in front of the other and just start to allow your strength and your communication to start to wield and cultivate the life you want. And you will find happiness and peace because it's there for you. No matter what shit you've gone through, with the appropriate amount of inner work, which nobody wants to hear because no one wants to have to face their own shit. It's so much easier to project onto other people than it is to look in the mirror and face your own hurts and say, whoa, yeah, I've got some work to do here. I don't take time here, or I'm venomous here because I'm really actually insecure about this thing here. I don't have boundaries, and then I build resentment, and then I lash out. You know what I'm saying? It's a cycle of toxicity, and the only way to get out of it is by doing the inner work and looking at the things that actually created your response. And it takes work, and it takes a lot of self-love. Baby steps. Have fun going on this journey of the sense, right? Pick your smells, what smells good to you. Do baby steps, little things. Go to the damn candle store. Go smell candles. Go pick out essential oils. Make your own things. It doesn't have to be this elaborate, expensive thing either. You can go walk by flowers and go start smelling different flowers, you know, where you're walking, or different things like that. You know what I'm saying? Allow yourself. Where there's a will, there's a way. The question is, do you have the will and the desire to cultivate the happiness and the peace that you deserve? All right. Well, this has been fun. I enjoyed doing this. I look forward to doing more. I am working on my consistency and showing up for myself. I also had so interesting how inner work works, because there are blocks and things, and when you start to unpack things, you realize, ooh, shit, I had limiting beliefs for these things, and I didn't realize that it did these other things. And so unpacking consistency for myself, discipline, that's it. You know, I was like, ooh, what does that actually mean to me? And I'm doing my thing, and I'm like, oh, none of that is what, that's why. It's like, okay, realization. That's why you have trouble showing up consistently, because discipline is associated to something else. So I'm like, okay, how do we? So I'm working on that, you know? But thanks for hanging out with me. I totally appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I hope you have the most amazing day. I hope you allow yourself to go on a journey, look into your birth chart. That was such a big thing for me too, in healing some of these things, because it gave me more understanding. So allow yourself to love yourself today. All right. I'll see you on the next one, beautiful soul. Bye.